You want to learn a secret recipe? This was shared with me, and guess what? I have permission to share it with you. Come on, let's go. We're going to take this, cook it up, throw it in the Instant Pot, do nothing else except for put it in the freeze dryer. I'm going to take you from the very beginning. Let's go. All right, let's make some Hungarian goulash. This is a recipe that I got when we were in Oklahoma from a viewer, and I told her I'd try it, put it in the freeze dryer. So we had some last night, just see how it cooked, how it tasted, and what we wanted to do. So now we're gonna make a full batch for a large size freeze dryer. First thing you're gonna need some garlic cloves, yellow pepper, red pepper, green pepper, large onion. I'm using hollow roast dark coffee, ground the beans. Gonna have 2 cups of coffee. You need some bouillon, and smoked paprika is what I'm using, along with 1 pound of the curly noodles, some rotini. All right, so let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to Grumpy Acres on the other side of the homestead. So yeah, it's been a while, but hey, let's find out how we're gonna take some simple ingredients and make a Hungarian goulash. Again, this is a recipe that I got from a viewer when we were down in Oklahoma, and it was pretty cool. And the deal was she would give me the recipe if I freeze dried some so that she could try it, and if it's anything like hers, she's gonna go ahead and buy some meals. So we'll see how this goes. But she's been waiting for a while. It's been a few weeks since we were at Oklahoma, back-to-back festivals. You guys know how it's been. So come on, I'm gonna show you how to get it together. Super simple. I've already chopped up ingredients. We'll get it going, and then put everything in the Instant Pot, let it do its thing, throw some noodles on, let it cool down, and then we'll head to the freeze dryer. So come on, let's go. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to go ahead and brown the meat. So I've got 1 pound of pork and 1 pound of beef stew. These are all stew chunks, so super simple, not very expensive meat. And you'll just need a total of 1 pound. I've got 2 pounds in here. But I just like to get it a little bit brown, let this go a little bit, just so that it keeps some color in that Instant Pot. And it's gonna look nice on the back side. So I'm gonna get this browned up, and then we'll continue. So now I'm getting this brown. It's browning up the way that I want it. I went ahead and I put my bouillon cubes in to get the juices flowing in here, kind of get my gravy base done. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna pull the Instant Pot over. Let's pull this piece. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put it in the Instant Pot. Get this going. Let's see. Ooh. Now, oh, hot. Caution, it's hot. All right, so then you're gonna take 2 cups of coffee. Now I wanna get the sauce out of here, out of the pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put them in. Again, this is the dark roast from Hollow Roast. And got that Living Free in Tennessee. Nicole Sauce sells them over there. So you can go check it out. It's really good coffee. She does a good job. So I'm just getting those juices up. Scrape that off and around. All right, that should do it. That on in there. So now that we've got that done, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and chop up our green pepper, red pepper, yellow pepper, 1 large onion, and in this I use 6 cloves of garlic. You do you. I like garlic, so it works for me. And then you've already got your 2 cups of coffee in, that kind of thing. Chop all of that up and then add it. Oh, whoops, before I forget. We're going to add some paprika. So you just measure out, put what you want in there. If you want some heat to this and a little bit of kick, you can add some cayenne pepper or jalapeno pepper. Do that if you want. Okay, I'm stirring this paprika. Okay, and then we're all of our chopped veggies, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add them in. Okay. Oops. All right. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this a stir just a little bit. Okay. Got that in there. Now, we want to make sure, because it's in the Instant Pot and we're going to do pressure cook, we want to make sure that there's plenty of water. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add water until it goes all the way up to the top. Well, not all the way up to the top, but just above the vegetable point. So that's where you want it. Now I'm going to throw it in the Instant Pot. I'm going to let it do its thing, and I'll come back and revisit it and probably take about 30 minutes. So now I've covered the water, and you can see it just goes right up the edge of that. And then I'll turn on the pressure cooker, and we'll come back and revisit and add the noodles. Super easy, guys. You're going to love this. All right, and we're back. So this just got done. This is after 1 hour. I did go ahead and thicken it up a little bit. I just poured, put a little bit of flour in there, stirred that up just to make sure that it was a little thicker. But I got a secret, something that I found out. So let me show you. Be right back. So here's what you want. You want your water, we've got to do the pasta, right? So you want your water boiling. You want a high heat. And you're going to add real salt. So this is kosher coarse salt. And so you add that, because this is where you get the flavor into your pasta. A lot of people go wrong here. So now it's all melted in there. And I'm going to add the pasta in there. Now remember, I doubled everything, right? You're only going to do one. So there we go. We want this al dente, right? So we're only going to go 7-8 minutes. I like 7. So we're going to set our timer. Now remember, this is the secret. So set our timer for 7 minutes, and then we'll come back and I'll show you guys what to do next.
You tell them.
And one thing that was recommended was the curly pasta, is what she called it. It's rotini, and the reason why it curls, so it's really gonna get that sauce down in there, so you're getting every flavor into every bite. All right, guys, this is it. Your secret to finishing the pasta. Because remember, we're going into the freeze dryer, right? So we want everything to mix really, really well. So we're going to go ahead. The Instant Pot is on warm. So we're dumping all the pasta in, right? Got that going. And then you're going to give it a stir. Mix everything in there really well, right? Get that pasta down in there. So the pasta is at al dente. You can tell it hasn't expanded very much, and that's okay, because see how thin the sauce is? This is going to thicken it up. So what we're going to do, we've got that in there. It's warming itself.
Go.
Next thing you're going to do is just go ahead and make sure you put that lid back on, and then you're going to twist. It may take a minute or two for that pasta to cool down in order for you to be able to shut the lid. So keep that in mind. Don't struggle with it. But it will cool down. You'll get it back on there. So we're just going to let this sit for 15 minutes or so. Let the rest of it soak up. Get that sauce into the noodles. I'll show you what that looks like. Then I'm going to turn everything off, unplug it, let it cool down, and then we're going to take it to the trays. And so I'm going to show you how to weigh out your trays according to your machine or the machine you're thinking about getting, and we'll get that done and throw everything in the freeze dryer. All right.
Go.
So let's go look at the finished product. It's been about 15 minutes. And so this is where you're at. So your pasta literally finished cooking in the pot, right? Kind of saves you a step, thickens your sauce, and works really great. That juiciness absorbed into those noodles. So I want to know, last night when I made it, the gal that sent this to me, she actually said you can have the option of putting brown gravy in it. And the brown gravy did actually thicken it up, so I didn't have to worry about that. And so that was good. It was delicious. But I wanted to do the original recipe. So this is the original recipe. So we're going to have G have a bowl and see what it tastes like and tell us the difference between last night and tonight. What we're going to put in the freeze dryer. So come on, let's go.
All right, here we go. It's not as thick as last night. It's tasty. It's very tasty.
Which one did you like better?
I like this one a little bit better because
Okay.
it doesn't have as much coffee taste in it.
Okay.
And I'm not a coffee drinker.
Right.
It's okay.
Well, good deal. Then I think we figured it out.
I'll tell you one thing though. After having last night and having this is not a summer meal. I mean, you can eat it in the summertime, you can eat it anytime because it's that tasty. This is a fall, winter meal when you need something really hearty that sits with you. Going out and moving a half a ton of feed last night after having this, not a good idea.
It was hard.
It was tiring, yes.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Awesome. All right.
Okay.
All right. So I think we have a winner. And so we're going to let this cool down. I'm going to unplug everything. And then I'll show you guys how to put it on the trays. And we'll get it in the freeze dryer. Okay. So now we have everything done. It's cooled off a bit. And now we have to get those trays done. So you're going to take your tray. You're going to put it on a digital scale, right? $20 Walmart, whatever, just wherever you can get it. And then we're going to tear it out, which means we're going to make sure the tray is at 0. You're not weighing that. And then I'm going to start putting on, I know I have 1 serving there. Now we do large servings around here, so kind of the way it happens. And I have a large freeze dryer, so I want to make sure no more than 4 pounds. I can put 18 to 20 pounds in. I also want to look at, and you can see I'm spreading it around. So got this calculated at 3 servings. Let's try 4. Oh yeah, almost 4 pounds. So we're going to call that one quits. And that goes in the freeze dryer just like that. Alright, so I'm going to do the rest of the trays. Get all these in. G's putting chickens away. He'll come help me get everything into the freeze dryer. And this is what's happening. We'll show you what happens in 48 to 72 hours. Alright, see you in a bit. Hey everybody, okay, we are back. So we've got everything out of the freeze dryer. Took me a little bit longer than what I thought because we got into tiling project and all of that. Have to be flexible on a homestead. This is one of the great things that a freeze dryer does for us. We can always extend the time and we don't have to worry about losing our food. So one of the things you can see, I got my work clothes on. So I already started, don't worry, I had an apron on. Another way when you're in the kitchen to be flexible is to go ahead and make sure that you've got a good apron on hand. And they work great out in the garden too. So just make sure you got a good apron and do all of that. Now, I'm going to take you down and show you what the food looks like. Grab some well, I'm going to grab gloves first, and then we'll come back. I'll show you this and then show you the process that I do, okay? So this is the last tray that I have to do. I'm not going to lie. I was trying to get everything done and forgot that I was supposed to do a video. So this is dried. And I want to show you, if you flip it over, see if we can get it in there, you can see that the seasoning and all of that is still in there. Nothing is lost. It's all there. So let me take you over here. See if I can get a good picture of it. I have to pardon my mess. Like I said, we've had community members over, and my job is to make sure that they are fed. All right, there you go. I think, all right, there you go. And so we'll come over here. And what I do is I make sure that I have a scale, digital, and then I make sure my labels are already on, and then I use a canning cup, actually is what I use, a funnel, and that's what I fill everything in. So when I went and got everything, I lost my tear. So here's what I do to catch up, because this is going to happen to you too. Let me get this out of the way just so you can see. So in order to tear that out, we're just going to take an empty bag, open that on up, set that on the scale, make sure the funnel is in there, right? And then we're just going to hit it, make sure that it's on ounces, and now I'm zeroed out. So now I'm going to take this funnel, I'm going to put it back on this original bag, and I'm going to come in, and it tells me I'm at 3.3 ounces. I actually need to be at 4. So come on up here to the top, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Because remember, when you're looking at it, you're looking at it like that. So each individual, let's see if I can kind of get in here. Each individual, there's just an easy crack there. And so you're just going to follow it, make sure you get plenty of meat, plenty of noodles. You're not crumbling anything, you're not doing anything like that. And that's what sets your food apart from some of the stuff that you buy in local stores. Then I take this out, set it down, and then get that done, get it to settle in the bag. And then once it's settled in the bag, I set it to the side. So let me finish this tray and I'll show you what we do next. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my my O2 absorbers, and I'm going to go through, put everything in, and then I'm going to seal these up, get as much of the air out as possible. After that's done, then I'm going to run them through a machine. You may not have that machine, but you run them through, you could use a hot iron and just seal them up, and then make sure you put them up. All right, so here we go. This is a belted continuous sealer. So what I have to do is I need to get a crate. I've got my crate, and I'm going to put this down on where this is going to drop all of that, right? Then I'm going to come in, turn it on. It's got to heat up. As soon as it does, I'll be right back. Now I have everything warmed up. It's ready to go. We have our red light on. Hopefully you guys can see that. If it's green, it's too cold. If it's red, it's ready to go. So I've got it all turned on, and here's the beauty of this. I've got a guide right here. Just stick that in and it goes, and I'm ready for the next one. And the next one. There we go. Now it will stop heating up, and you'll see it'll go back to green. This is not a big deal. I still have a gauge here so I can see that the temperature is 200 degrees for this mill. And remember, we have that crate down there catching everything. This is going to save you so much time. That, guys, is the professional seal that you get. It's hot, so be careful not to touch it. But that's the seal that you get. That's what you want. 25-30 year shelf life. Guys, that's really what I wanted to show you, kind of the operation on how to get your freeze dryer operating so that it's not sitting on the shelf. Everybody says, I'm too busy, I don't have time, I don't have time. You do. That machine can be as flexible as you are, so you can get it done. You can do it all. Everybody's like, you're going. Yeah, I am, because we're trying to rebuild a lot. You may not be in that situation, and if you are, see, you can still do it. So get your freeze dryer. So anyway, if you guys want recipes and more like this, make sure that you subscribe, hang on to our channel, maybe get the notifications when we're getting ready to come on with another one. We'll start getting these recipes up on our website and all of that. This particular recipe is not in our stores yet, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to debut this one with this video. And what you can do is you can go ahead and you can email us at therealgrumpyacres @gmail.com, and Garen will go ahead and make sure that he puts that link down below. You hit that link and you can grab these guys, $15 plus shipping, and guess what? There's only 20 available. Yeah, I'll be making more eventually, but right now all I have is 20. So, and I got a lot of tiling and grout and all that stuff to do. So if you're hankering for something good, then you need to let us know ASAP. And it only takes me a little bit, and I got to run here and there and get supplies anyway, so it only takes me a little bit to go ahead and go to the post office and I can get those shipped out. Oh, wait a minute, excuse me, I'm sorry, we only have 19. I forgot one of those. The viewer that gave me that recipe, I have to send that to her. So the other 19 people, or people that want the other 19, first come, first serve, and they're $15 a piece plus shipping. All right, guys, until next time. And I just really seriously wanted to show you how to do it and walk you through any recipes like this, I promise. Stick with me, we'll do more videos like this, maybe not in this length. I just wanted to get you moved forward so that you could do that. Alright, so what we'll be doing is I'll put the ingredients for this on the community page. We'll put that out, announce that on our live a week before we go ahead, or let's say 5 days at the very minimum before we go ahead and launch this video. That way you guys can just cook right along with me. Love to have you in my kitchen, and I'd be grateful to be in yours. Till next time, guys, go live a life done free.
Thanks, Milo.